So hello. So now we are starting the second video class of the solid state. So in this video class we are going to discuss some important terms. The first term is that the crystal lattice or the space lattice. Now suppose it is a crystalline solid. It is a crystalline solid. Crystalline solid means here the constituent particles are arranged in a regular manner. So here the constituent particles are arranged in a regular manner. So now crystal lattice means if we arrange the constituent particles in a regular manner, so after the arrangement, then we are getting the complete crystal structure. After the arrangement of the constituent particles in three-dimensional space, here it is two-dimensional arrangement, but actually the solid is not two-dimensional. Solid is a three-dimensional structure. So particles have to be arranged systematically in a three-dimensional structure. So after the arrangement of constituent particles systematically in three-dimensional structures, then a solid structure is generated, and that solid structure is called crystal lattice or the space lattice. That is the complete structures of the crystals after regular repeating arrangement of the constituent particles in three-dimensional space is called crystal lattice or space lattice. Clear? So when we arrange the constituent particles in a regular manner in three-dimensional space, then a complete solid structure is generated, and that solid structure is called crystal lattice or space lattice. Next point is that lattice point. So in this, suppose this is crystal lattice. In this crystal lattice, these dots are represent the position of the particles. So in crystalline solid, the position of the particles is called the lattice point. Lattice point means the particle position. Particles are present at which position? The position of constituent particles in crystal lattice is called lattice point. Position of particles in crystal lattice is called lattice point, and this lattice point is represented by the dot mark. This dot mark represents the position of the particle, that is, it is lattice point, or also it is known as lattice site. Now comes to the unit cell. Now suppose it is a solid structure, three-dimensional structure. Here each point is represented each point represent the position of the particles. Each corner represent the position of the particles. Now here you see where after arranging the particles in three-dimensional, here we are arranging the particles in three-dimensional. Here it is two-dimensional arrangement, but here we are arranging the particles in three-dimensional space. So after arranging the particle in three-dimensional space, we are getting a complete crystal structure, and this crystal structure is called crystal lattice. So now here it is crystal lattice. Now in this crystal lattice, what is the smallest portion? So this red mark is the smallest portion. If we repeat this cube, suppose this is one cube, again here it is another cube, here another cube, in the above, this is another cube, this is another cube, this is another cube. So if we repeat one cube, this red mark represent the one cube, that is smallest part of this structure. So if we repeat this smallest part again and again, if we repeat the smallest part again and again in three-dimensionally, then we are getting the complete crystal structures. So the smallest part of the crystal lattice, which on repeating again and again give the complete structure, is called unit cell. So in a crystal lattice, the smallest part of the crystal lattice, which on repeating again and again give the complete structure, is called the unit cell. So in this structure, the red mark represent the unit cell, because this red mark, if we repeat again and again, we are getting the complete structures. So unit cell means the smallest portion, which on repeating again and again give the complete structure, is called the unit cells. So now this is the structure of the unit cell. Now this smallest portion we are drawing here. We have drawn here. So this smallest part is called the unit cell. Now in this unit cell, it is a three-dimensional structure: x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. So this is the distance along x-axis. This is the distance along x-axis, so it is represented by A. Now it is the distance along y-axis, it is represented by B, and it is distance along z-axis, it is represented by C. So in a unit cell, there are different edges. There are edges in x-axis, edges in y-axis, and the edges in z-axis. The edge length along x-axis is represented by small a, the edge length along y-axis is represented by small b, and the edge length along z-axis is represented by small c. And also there are angles. So these angles, this is one angle is represented by alpha, this angle is represented by beta, and this angle is represented by gamma. So S length is represented by A, B, C, and alpha, beta, gamma. These are the angle between the faces. These are called interfacial angles. So this is about the unit cell. So crystal lattice means the regular pattern of the constituent particles in three dimension to give the complete crystal structure is called crystal lattice. And lattice point means in the crystal lattice the particles are present in some positions. So this position of the constituent particles in the crystal lattice is called the lattice point. Next, unit cell. Unit cell means in the crystal lattice there is one smallest portion. There is a smallest portion in the crystal lattice. So here the red mark is the smallest portion of this crystal structure. This red mark on repeating again and again giving the complete structure. So the smallest portion which on repeating again and again give the complete crystal structure is called the unit cells. So now here we have drawn the smallest structure here. Now in the unit cell there are S length along x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. The S length along x-axis represented by small a, and y-axis represented by small b, z-axis represented by small c, and the angle is represented by alpha, beta, gamma. So unit cell is characterized by edge length A, B, C, and interfacial angle interfacial angles which are alpha, beta, gamma. The unit cell is characterized by the edge length ABC and the interfacial angle alpha, beta, gamma. Now for cubic unit cell, A is equal to B is equal to C. We know that for cube all sides are equal. So if the unit cell is cubic unit cell, then all edge lengths are same. A equal to B equal to C. And in cube all angles are 90 degree. That is alpha is equal to beta is equal to gamma equal to 90 degree. So for cubic unit cell all edge lengths are equal. That is A is equal to B equal to C and alpha is equal to beta is equal to gamma is equal to 90 degree. All angles are 90 degree. So these are the some important terms: crystal lattice, space lattice and unit cell. Now we are going to discuss the different types of unit cell. Different types of unit cell. So number one, primitive or simple unit cell. Now suppose this is a unit cell, this book. Consider it is a unit cell, it is a three-dimensional structure, it is a unit cell. Now in this book, how many corners are there? How many corners are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. In the opposite side, again 1, 2, 3, 4. So in a unit cell there are 4 plus 4 8 corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the opposite side again 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 8 corner in a unit cell. And how many faces are present? How many faces? 1. Opposite side 2. 1. Opposite side 2. Then in the 3, 4, 5, 6. All total there are 6 phases. One phase. In the opposite side again another phase. So 2, 1, 2. Left side 3, right side 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All total there are 6 faces and corner 8 corner. So if in a unit cell, if the particles are present only at the corners, particles should be present only at the corner. So there are all total 8 corners. Particles are present only the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in a unit cell there are 8 corners are there. So if the particles are present, if the constituent particles are present only at the corners, then the unit cell is called simple unit cell. So here constituent particles are present only at the corners. Now number 2, non-primitive unit cell. The first is primitive unit cell, particles should be present only at the corners. Next is non-primitive unit cell. Non-primitive unit cell is that particles are present at the corners as well as in some other position also. In primitive unit cell, particles are present only at the corners. But here in non-primitive unit cell, particles are present at the corners as well as in some other position also. Now these non-primitive unit cell are of different types. Here particles, constituent particles are present at the corners as well as in some other position also. These non-primitive unit cell are of different types. One is body centered, non-primitive unit cells are different types. One is body centered unit cell. Now body centered unit cell means, suppose it is a unit cell. It is a unit cell. So here there are 8 corners. The particles should be present at the 8 corners. Now in this unit cell there is a center of the body. Center of the body means the center of this book, that is inside the book. Center means the center inside the book. So here this is the center of the unit cell. So particles are present at the corners as well as at the center of the unit cell. That is, in this case, the center should be inside the book. So there are 8 particles at the 8 corners and also 1 particle at the center of the unit cell. This is called body centered unit cell. So diagram, body centered unit cell. So 8 particles at the 8 corners. Particles are there at the corners and also 1 particle at the center of the body. That is inside. This particle should be inside the cubic cell. So this is the body centered unit cell. Next is face centered unit cell. Face centered unit cell. So in a unit cell, how many faces are there? In a unit cell, how many faces there? One face. Opposite side another face. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 below. So all total there are 6 phases are present. So face centered unit cell means in a unit cell there are particles at the corners as well as in the center of the each phase. Suppose at the center of this phase here it is one particle. This is also another phase. At the center of this phase another particle. This is another phase. At the center of this phase another particle. So all total there are 6 phases. The particles should be present at the corners as well as the center of each phase. So, diagram. The particles are present at the corners. Now there should be each particle at the center of one phase. So this is one phase, this is one phase. So here the center there is one particle. This phase is another phase, that is left side. So one is top phase, this is bottom phase. This phase is bottom phase. So there is at the center one particle. Top phase, bottom phase. This is right phase. This phase is the right phase, right side. So here at the center there is one particle. Now this phase is the left side phase. So here is one particle. So top phase, bottom phase, right phase, left phase. Now one phase in the front side, other in the back side. The top, bottom, left, right. Then one is front, other is back. So this phase in the front phase, front side phase. This phase, it is front side phase. So here at the center there is one particle. Now look at this phase. It is back side phase. This phase, it is back side phase. Now at the center of this phase also should be one particle. So this is the center of back phase. So this is the diagram of the face centered unit cell. That means there should be particle at the corners as well as the center of each phase. Next is end centered unit cell. End centered unit cell. Now in end centered unit cell means particles should be present at the corners as well as the center of any two opposite phase. Suppose if the particles are present at the top phase, then it should be present in the bottom phase. So top and bottom, there should be particles at the any two opposite phase, either top, bottom, or front, back, or left, right. The particles are present at the corners and the center of any two opposite phase. Then the unit cell is called end centered unit cell. So now the diagram of end centered unit cell. Particles are present at the corners and the center of any two opposite face. Suppose center of top face and bottom face. These are the diagram of different types of unit cell. First one is simple, next it is body centered, next it is face centered, and next it is end centered. So these are the different types of non-primitive unit cell. So primitive unit cell and non-primitive unit cell, these are the two different category of the unit cell. Non-primitive unit cell again has different types: body centered, face centered, and end centered. So these are the different types of unit cell. Now come to different types of cubic unit cell. Different types of cubic unit cell. Now in cubic, what is cubic unit cell? If A is equal to B is equal to C, alpha is equal to beta is equal to gamma is equal to 90 degree. In a unit cell, if A is equal to B is equal to C and alpha is equal to beta is equal to gamma is equal to 90 degree, then the unit cell is called cubic unit cell. Now we are going to discuss the different types of this unit cell. That is, in the unit cell A is equal to B is equal to C and alpha beta gamma equal to 90 degree, then the unit cell is called cubic unit cell. Now what are the different types of the cubic unit cell? Now different types of cubic unit cell. First is primitive unit cell, that is particles are present at the corners. And non-primitive unit cell, the end centered is absent. End centered is absent. So these are the different types of the cubic unit cell. The primitive and non-primitive. In the non-primitive, there are body centered and face centered. Now this body centered unit cell is shortly represented as BCC, and face centered unit cell is shortly represented as FCC. So this is simple cubic unit cell. Simple, it is BCC and it is FCC. So these are the different types of the cubic unit cell. So if the question is what are the different types of the unit cell, then there should be one S-centered unit cell. And if the question is what are the different types of cubic unit cell, so in case of cubic unit cell, the end-centered unit cell is absent in non-primitive type. So these are the different types of the cubic unit cells. Now our next topic is the calculation of number of particles per unit cell. Calculation of the number of particles per unit cell. We have to calculate the number of particles per unit cell. So number one, simple unit cell. So how many particles are present at the simple unit cell? Now simple unit cell means particles are present at the corners. And in a unit cell, how many corners are there? All total there are 8 corners are there. So particles are present at the corners. So how many particles should be present? 8 corners. So particles are 8 particles in a simple unit cell. But actually it is not so. In a simple unit cell there are not 8 particles per unit cells. This is because Suppose it is a crystal structure. Now this portion is the unit cell. So this portion is the unit cell and particles are present at the corners. Now you look at the diagram here. This corner is shared by another unit cells also in the left side, right side, top side, bottom side. So the corner particle, each corner particle is shared by another unit cells. Now suppose if a pizza is shared by two persons, what will the contribution per person? Half. If one pizza is shared by two persons, contribution will be how much? Half. If one pizza is shared by three persons, the contribution will be how much? 1/3. If one pizza is shared by four persons, the contribution will be 1/4 per head. Similarly, if one pizza is shared by 8 persons, if one pizza is shared by 8 persons, what is the contribution per head? It will be 1/8. If one pizza is shared by 8 persons, what will be the contribution per head? Per head will be 1/8. Similarly, here also, here particles are present at the corner, but each corner particle is shared by 8 unit cells. Actually, it is a three-dimensionally concept. So here it is one part of the three dimension. Here complete three dimension arrangement is not possible to see, but you have to know that one corner particle is shared by 8 unit cells. So total there are 8 corner. The total number of corner equal to 8.